Hey, it's Thursday, and today we are starting area. So go ahead and grab your My Math books. We are starting on page 839. At the top, we got a couple vocab words we're going to discuss. So here we go. A square with a side length of 1 unit is called a unit square. A unit square has 1 square unit of area and can be used to measure area. So what is area? Area is the amount of space that a figure takes up. And what we're going to be using is unit squares and square units. So what we have over here, okay, this square, all right, represents a unit square, okay? Now, by shading it in and covering it, that is how much space that unit square takes up, which we call a square unit, all right? Here we go. It says, area is the number of square units needed to cover a figure without overlapping. So what we're going to be finding with these rectangles, with these squares, how many square units can we fit inside of them, okay? Now, a trick I use to kind of remember what area means is I always think about arrays, okay? So if you remember back to multiplication, all right, we used arrays to multiply, all right? It was kind of a good visual for us. And it also talks about the length and width, okay? So when you're thinking area, think about arrays, and you'll see why here shortly. Okay, if you go down on page 839, you're gonna see this chart right here, okay? Now, what they want us to find on this chart is they want us to find the area of each of these rectangles, okay? So on the first one, I'm gonna start off by just finding the area. How many square units can we fit inside of that rectangle? Really simple on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4, oh, I'm sorry. We have 4 square units. Okay, so 4 square units. Now they want us to find the length and width as well. All right, so let's start with the length, how long it is. All right, we have a length of 4 units. So a length of 4. Now, this side right here, this is the width. We have a width of 1 unit. Okay, so that's it for the first rectangle. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 square units. So this has a total area of 8 square units. Now, we're going to start with the length. The length, again, is 4. This time the width is now 2. So this side is 2, width of 2. Next one, we have a length of 4, a width of 3. And if I count up all the square units, I end up with 12 square units. All right, last one. We've got a length of 5, a width of 3, okay? Now, I'll fill that out. And if I count up all the square units, I end up with 15. Now, some of you may have noticed there's a pattern here. And remember, I told you guys, think array. Well, do you remember when we multiplied the length and width of those arrays? That is also going to be our square units or our area, okay? So if you look, if I take 4 times 1, I get 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. If we multiply the length and the width of these rectangles or squares, we will find the total number of square units, the area, okay? Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and erase this and explain what I want you guys to do for example 2 on the next page. Now, what you're going to need, okay, what you're going to need is you're going to need a measuring tool of some sort. Maybe you have a ruler at home. Maybe you have a measuring tape of some sort. Something that you can measure with, okay? And what I want you guys to do is try to find these squares or rectangles in your house somewhere. Now they give us 3 examples here: a sticky note, a crayon box, and a book, okay? And what I'm going to have you guys do is you are going to measure the length and the width of those 3 objects, okay? Now, here they ask you to measure them in centimeters. So if you can measure them in centimeters, if maybe you only have inches, okay, measure them in inches, okay? I'm not going to be too picky on this, all right? And if you find a different square or rectangle throughout the house, just cross this out and fill it in, okay? What we're practicing is we are multiplying the length and width to find our area or square units, okay? Alrighty, guys. What you need to do for the independent practice, you need to fill out the chart on page 841, and then you can go ahead and get started on the homework. Good luck. If you have any questions, make sure you email me. Keep checking that Google Classroom. See you guys.